The same university that we go to now boasts about its commitment to equality, but has become a stage for the most perverse form of inequality.
They say they don't have enough money while giving everyone on the board of trustees raises.
The equality and basic right to education we celebrate should not be a fleeting image in a brochure that they put in our faces. We should not have to deal with pandering or any more of what they have to give us.
The reason public education isn't a priority anymore is I think the entire system in our country and actually globally is just about markets, privatization, profit, and so on and so forth. And since public institutions like SF State are not for profit, I don't think they really know what to do with them, and I think there's not much interest in them and no willingness to support them.
This is the way Cubans make coffee.
My name is James Martell. I'm a professor of political science at San Francisco State. For 6 years, I was the chapter president of the California Faculty Association, which is the faculty union chapter at San Francisco State, and I'm currently on the executive board of the chapter as the tenure track representative. I teach 3 classes, so on Tuesdays and Thursdays I bike to school, I bike on BART, and then I bike to school. And then it's a very long day of teaching, office hours, meeting with students, going to the library, all that kind of stuff.
How many of you have heard of Popol Vuh? You can pronounce it different ways. One of the things that's sort of a disadvantage is that whereas in Greek and Roman,
teacher pay is inadequate in the state of California.
Bay Area is expensive to live in.
Most new faculty cannot afford to live here. They just can't.
University professors have to struggle to sometimes rent decent places.
The CSU is just like a giant private corporation at this point.
They've been diverting more and more money from the classroom, from instruction, into investment accounts, savings accounts, reserves.
They have no interest in public education, they have no interest in diversity. They claim these things, but they don't actually support them.
Yeah.
Kevin just messaged and wanted to know if there's anything that you could do to help. Do you want him to come and break these
I
signs?
don't care. It's fine. Everybody's welcome.
Yeah.
We're making signs. The more the merrier. I'm gonna do the Mahoney Baloney right now.
California Faculty Association is the exclusive bargaining agent for the teaching faculty, most of the coaches, the mental health counselors, and the librarians in the California State University system. In other words, we're the union.
It's the union for all 23 campuses of the California State University system all over the state. And if you're in a union like we are, every 3 years you negotiate a new contract. The CFA and the CSU have been negotiating over a 1-year contract.
We've proposed a 12% salary increase.
Which sounds like a lot of money, but actually that would just get us above inflation.
We had inflation, unprecedented inflation.
Cost of living, has gone up 18%.
So a 12% raise would get us back to where we were, that's all.
And the 5% that the CSU is offering is a joke.
Yeah, the administration has all the big guns, but we're working on slingshots and whatever we can scrounge up.
They claim poverty, but really I think that is just a way to dominate us and control us because they have so much money.
Administration is well paid. They have housing allowances that are more, some of them have housing allowances that are more than what one lecturer would make in a year.
Apparently they put away almost $1 billion in profit a year. This is supposedly a nonprofit system dedicated to public education, but clearly they've lost their way.
It is the same always. The CSU always says, we don't have the money.
They said they didn't have the money to increase our pay.
They also say, we can't give you that benefit because it would cost too much.
And then they voted to raise tuition on students 6% a year for the next 5 years for a total of 34%.
There's been this call to that's enough.
So if we don't strike, we'll never catch up to even inflation. So our salaries are actually going down, even as the price of living is going up. We're moving towards a strike authorization, and I think on December 5th we should have a strike. Dear colleagues, today I write you, California State University faculty, counselors, librarians, and coaches, to ensure that you are informed of the facts regarding what the CSU has offered the California Faculty Association, CFA, in response to CFA's demand for a 12% general salary increase, GSI, in the current fiscal year. The CSU offered 12% over the next 3 years. Simply put, the demand for a one-year GSI of 12% is unreasonable because it would grossly undermine the CSU's fiscal stability. Sincerely, Jolene Coaster, Interim Chancellor. Okay, so now I will tell you why everything in this letter is a lie.
The same university that we go to now boasts about its commitment to equality, but has become a stage for the most perverse form of inequality.
They say they don't have enough money while giving everyone on the board of trustees raises.
The equality and basic right to education we celebrate should not be a fleeting image in a brochure that they put in our faces. We should not have to deal with pandering or any more of what they have to give us.
And we're fucking pissed because we refuse to allow the people that have changed our lives, that have made us love this school, be treated like garbage by administrators who could not give less of a damn about us students.
I think if we lose this fight and privatization goes on afoot, I think that it's going to destroy the economy. The claim that the CSU doesn't have any money is also a lie. In fact, we've discovered that the CSU has $14 billion in assets, of which I think $8.5 billion are purely in investments, and they use this money to get low interest loans and cheap bonds and things like that, effectively making the CSU a private corporation with a side gig as a public university.
As of December 2023, the CFA and CSU have failed to come to an agreement. The CSU is still unwilling to provide more than 5%, while the CFA stands strong, planning to continue striking into 2024.